and that was an awesome 10 round.
Do you believe this is the start of a long reign at the top of the welterweight division?
Definitely. The goal is to unify the titles. You know, I want to fight Keith Thurman next. You know, Manny Pacquiao.
Wow.
I want to fight the champions, unify the division, become the undisputed welterweight champion of the world.
Well done tonight. Enjoy all of the celebrations. You're champion of the world.
Thank you.
Let's have a word with Kell Brook. Kell. Commiserations. What went wrong tonight?
You know, it was a very tough fight. You know, I'd say Spence is one of the best kids I've been in with, if not the best. I got caught in about the 7th round in the eye, and it felt like same as the Golovkin one. Probably not as bad at that time, but it was getting it on it over the rounds, and it was getting worse. And in the last round, it caught me in it, and it just stuck there, double vision, and I couldn't see out of the eye now. I couldn't see, so I had to stop.
How did you feel the fight was going up until that point?
I thought it was a very competitive fight. You know, maybe he won a few rounds, I won a few rounds. It was very competitive. I felt I was in the fight, but you know, I love to fight on another day. I'm gutted in front of my own fans here in Steel City, Sheffield, that I've lost my belt. I'm devastated.
What about what you two have managed to achieve tonight by putting 30,000 in this stadium? It would have been easy for you to vacate this title and move up in weight.
I'm just saying, when I was walking out there, the tunnel, and I was looking up, and I was seeing everybody. I've never even seen that before, even when football was playing all over on the pitch and all over the stands. It was amazing to see. I'm so proud of myself that I brought this to Sheffield, and Sheffield went the United together, and tonight we're about Sheffield.
What happened at the end of the fight with the count? Did you miss the count, or was the eye just too bad to go on?
You know, I got caught and I got hurt when I got put down and got a count. You know, but I got back up and fought on. I'm a warrior. I would have got through the fight, but when you can't see, there's nothing you can do.
Will you chase a rematch, or does the future for you live?
You got to go up
in weight.
I love to talk to Eddie. You know, I'll fight anyone, absolutely anyone, wherever. You know, the money is wherever. What the fans want me to want me to have. That's what I'll do.
Could you make welterweight again?
Yeah, I could.
You got a final message for everyone that came out? I know you're disappointed.
I'm sorry for everyone who will come out, you know, but I'm happy that we've made a great night for Sheffield tonight. You know, we brought a lot of revenue into Sheffield, you know, and I'm happy that I've generated that and I've done that. It's been fantastic, the build-up, the hot weather, the weigh-in, the press conference, the fight. I just hope that everyone's had a good night.
Well said. Let's have a quick word with your promoter, Eddie Hearn. Eddie, it's high stakes and high risks at the very, very top. A few more boos again. Just to sum up what Kell...
I don't know why Sheffield... Why would they hate Eddie Hearn?
He took this fight because he didn't want to vacate the belt. He wanted to put on an event in Sheffield at Bramall Lane. And it was a night, hopefully, the city won't forget. They should be very proud of Kell Brook. He broke his eye socket in the 7th round and came back and battled on. But Errol Spence is a quality fighter, and the best man won on the night.
What are your options moving forward? Will you look at a rematch, or will you try and convince Kell to go up in weight now?
No, listen, he's a stubborn man. He didn't want to vacate the belt. I believe he should move to light middleweight.
Yeah, right.
You know, there's a gentleman here, Amir Khan. That's a fight we wanted for, you know, 3, 4. He's more unpopular than me. For 4 or 5 years. But right now, it's all about making sure Kell's okay, healthy. That was a tough fight for him, but he didn't want to vacate the belt. He's a true warrior. Massive congratulations to Errol Spence, and thank you for everyone in Sheffield, particularly the football club and Sheffield Council, for all the help in putting this event together.
Thanks for talking to us, Eddie.
All right, so an upset. Kell Brook making his way back to the dressing room, but what a class act in defeat, suffering an injury to his left eye, and more importantly, relinquishing that IBF welterweight title.
Now, that's it. Now we can start talking. A lot of people had the scorecards a little different. They had Spence up by 1 point, Dave Paris. Alejandro Lopez had it 96-93 for Spence. And Bird had it 97-92 for Spence. So basically they had a Kell Brook judge, a crazy judge, Adeline Bird, who I don't trust at all. That's Al Heyman's buddy. And that scorecard was ridiculous. And then Alejandro Lopez, you know, they were going to score it how they scored it. But to me, Dave Paris was totally for Kell Brook. The scorecards wasn't like that at all. No, it doesn't. It didn't, because it was clear that Kell Brook, from like the third or fourth round, I didn't like his body language. It's time for Kell to go up to 154. He made welterweight, and I give him credit for doing this, but he can't make the weight anymore. He was being outworked. He got fatigued. Yeah, the body punches by Errol was incredible. Errol Spence put on an incredible body punching performance. I knew he was going to go to the body and attack Kell in the body, because Kell is basically a big welterweight, and he had trouble staying at welterweight, even though he overtrained himself to stay at welterweight, and it showed. Kell was throwing 1-2 punches. He wasn't starting his combinations off. He wasn't doing what he's supposed to do. And when you fought your last fight at middleweight, remember how big he was at middleweight? I was worried about that going into this fight. I was worried about how was he going to be at welterweight. And his body's not responding. He's got to go up to 54. And Errol did a tremendous job. Errol, he showed his poise. Errol was hurt. Errol was hurt a couple of times in this fight, and I thought he would probably, go back in the shell. And he would have, because he admitted himself, Errol was not sharp. Errol wasn't sharp at all until it got late in the fight. Then he got tight. The defense got tight. He was sloppy. He was rushing a lot. He wasn't doing the things that he normally do early on. And a lot of it had something to do with Kell. Kell with those little slight feints and popping him with them straight right counters. Those hurt. It looked like nothing, but it hurt. He hurt Spence with a jab. His mouth was wide open because his lip was busted. It was a close fight. Kell got gassed a lot earlier than what you guys know. He couldn't tie Errol up no more and keep Errol on the ropes and not punching. He was trying. His corner knew what Kell could pull off. They would rather stop Errol's offense, keep popping him with shots, because Errol's going to break down as the fight goes on. Errol was on the verge of giving it in, but Kell wasn't doing enough. And I said it, I was on Twitter going along with the fight. It was 4-2, Kell Brook. Then it was 4-4. Then the knockdown. Then it was a big 9th round. Then it was the knockdown. So it was right after that, it was an attritional breakdown. I even put it on Twitter like, this should be Kell Brook's last fight at welterweight. Done. He wasn't moving right to begin with. He was a little stiff. And he wasn't throwing in combination. I won money tonight. I bet that the fight would end in a knockout. So I won. I was just not my fighter that I chose to win. I bet the knockout. I bet the fight was 10.5? So I got the over. I got the knockout. But I wanted Kell Brook to win. I also bet Kell to win in round 9. But, man, how will Errol do against the rest of the welterweights? Defensively, he's there. And offensively, he could be there too, but it depends on the welterweights he faces. Sean Porter, he'll beat Porter. It's going to be a rugged fight for him, but he'll beat Porter. Somebody like Keith Thurman, he would beat Keith Thurman. He would beat Keith. At welterweight, I can't really see too many welterweights that would give him a problem. Kell had the ability to beat him, but he can't make weight. Can't make 47. This fight would have happened a year ago, then definitely Kell Brook by knockout. Because Kell, the shots were there. He didn't take them. I didn't underestimate Spence. I said Spence is a good fighter. This is a good contest. He's a good fighter. I just didn't think he was battle tested enough. But let's be honest. He beat a weight-drained Kell Brook. He wouldn't have done this if Kell was Kell. Kell had trouble making the weight. It was obvious. It's not Errol's fault. He did what he had to do. But after 4 or 5 rounds, the fight started to change. Didn't he not hurt Errol Spence in this fight like 3 different times early in the fight? So obviously he knew what he was doing, if that was the case. Errol Spence won by a stoppage, as a KO stoppage. He might have another broken orbital bone on the other side of his eye. So, in round 11. Now, Brook couldn't see. And I have no problem with a fighter that can't see going down like that because his eye got messed up. But it was more than the eye. He was breaking down by great body shots by Errol because they knew Kell Brook had a problem making weight. Coming from middleweight and then you go back down to welterweight. You know, he just didn't look the same. Stop. Okay, ignorant people who saying Brook didn't have any heart, that's stupid. If he didn't have any heart, he could have quit in round 9. He didn't have to battle back in round 9 and 10 the way he did. He could have just quit on the stool. So, Amir Khan and Kell Brook will fight at 154. That'll be the next fight. Kell could not make the combination punches were gone. How many times did you see Kell Brook throw 3 punches? He was throwing 1-2s. 1-2. 1-2. That was telling me throughout the fight, Kell Brook was focused more on just throwing one good power shot and then follow another and then tie him up and try to break him down to conserve his energy. Because this is his last fight at welterweight. He could not throw the punches. He wasn't as fluent with his upper body movement at all. He was just standing straight up. He used a lot of feints with his shoulders like this, but none of the real rock with it. All that, the Kell Brook that we know was not there. He was flat. He was completely flat today. And Errol wasn't that outstanding. He did great and down the stretch when he was breaking them down with the body shots. I think when he tripped over his foot and he stood his ground and started digging and working, that was showing you Errol had more in the tank. He didn't have a problem making 147. Kell did. By fighting Golovkin at 160 pounds, your body was conditioned to be at 160 pounds. Then he goes down to 147. Making that weight killed him. He left it all on the scales. He went in there, he did the best he could, but when I saw him throw like 2 punches, I'm like, Kell, what are you doing? Like, where's the 3-punch combination? What's going on here? I'm like, and then he'll hurt Errol Oh, no, he hurt Errol a couple of times in the fight. He hurt him in the second round with a jab. Pow! Stiff jab that I told you about. It's a counter jab. And then he caught him with a feint, with a pull counter. Soon as Errol was finna jab, he moved. He was in position this way. Errol came in. Pow! Hit him with a stiff right hand. And that's what bust Errol's mouth. And it was towards the end of the round. And Errol kind of stopped throwing punches. And that's when I thought the fight was going to change. But what we saw was the fact that the fight changed in the favor of Errol down the road because Kell wasn't doing enough. He wasn't throwing punches enough. Well, everyone's sending me comments right now. I mean, it was a good... Kell Brook could have vacated the title and went to 154. He chose to stay and stand his ground and fight and give Errol Spence that chance. So for that, I'm proud. We wouldn't have seen this fight if it wasn't for Kell Brook saying, I'm going to give Errol Spence that shot. The same way I got the shot from Sean Porter. Yes, he had a choice. He could have vacated the title. He didn't have to stay there. So Kell, what he did was stood his ground, said, I'm going to fight. And he did. He gave everything he had. Errol did a lot of good things in there. Errol took away a lot of the angles. Not only when he jabbed, he would get low so he wouldn't get caught with sweeping hooks that Kell Brooks liked to throw. So Kell Brook couldn't really catch him with that hook. He was out of range. He came in with a jab. He walked in with a stiff jab. And that's what you want to do. But he didn't loosen up until like after the 4th or 5th round. But he was sloppy, a little tight early on. Errol was. And defensively, Errol was good. He was very good, keeping tight and, catching Kell's rhythm early. When Kell was kind of telegraphing the right hand. He was like looking and throwing instead of throwing a feint or using glove movement. And mostly his right hand action came off of counters, mistakes by Errol. Errol was hurt quite a few times early on in this fight. Yep. I agree that Kell should go up to 154. Nothing wrong with Kell Brook's trainer. Kell cannot make welterweight anymore and be effective. His body has told him it's time to go to 54. You saw more combinations out of Kell Brook against Gennady Golovkin that you saw tonight. So Amir Khan and Kell Brook fighting at 154, why not? He was tired a long time ago. I put it on Twitter. And I said, Kell Brooks got to go up. This should be his last fight at welterweight. So, congratulations to Errol Spence Jr. He did his job tremendously. It's not his fault Kell Brook can't make the weight or wouldn't be effective anymore at welterweight. I was worried about how he was going to perform. That was my only concern. My concern wasn't Errol Spence. My concern was him making 147 pounds. Because if you watch the fight, you can clearly see it was mostly he can't make the weight no more than it was Errol Spence. I didn't have 97, 92. Yeah, Eddie told him to go to 154, vacate the title, but true to his heart, he stayed here. He put on a good fight at home in Sheffield, England, his hometown, brought a lot of money to the town, and he didn't have to take this fight. He didn't. He could have went to 154, fought somebody else, and never came back to welterweight and vacated the title. That way, Errol Spence would have been fighting for a vacant title against some random number one contender we don't even know. So, credit due to Kell Brook for making that fight happen. Because we would have never saw this fight. We would have never saw the champion fight the number one contender. We would have never saw that. And that's good for boxing. I'm disappointed because I know that's not the best Kell Brook. I know that was a weight drain Kell Brook. It's not Errol's fault. Errol did the best he could. I mean, he did what he's supposed to do. If a guy's coming down in weight and welterweight who just fought at middleweight, he coming down 2 weight classes to fight you to defend his title, you test that body. You go to the body. I mean, truth is truth. I think it was more the weight drain than it was Errol Spence. You can tell from how he was punching in the fight. No, he did not look the same way that entire fight in the first fight. Well, I guess you kind of right. You're partly right in that. When he fought Carlson Jones, he had to lose a lot of weight. He had to cut 20 pounds in a week and a half. He cut 20 pounds to make weight in a week and a half to fight Carlson Jones. He made weight and it killed him. After 5 rounds, he was done. Then he got his nose broken so he couldn't breathe. He was done. But he held on because he won enough rounds early on. But it was a totally different than now. Because in that fight, he was throwing 3-4 punch combinations. In this fight, he was throwing 1-2s. You know why? Because that was years ago. That fight with Carlson Jones was like 5 years ago. He was 5 years younger. That's never good for your body. But to go through that 5 years ago and you add 5 more years, then you had a fight at middleweight, then you come back down to welterweight. So it's a very big difference. It's not an excuse. They talked about it on the show and the telecast. I'm quite sure if you watch boxing, you can see that was the case. Anybody with eyes can see Kell Brook was weight drained. He was completely drained. It's not Errol Spence's fault. But he cannot fight at welterweight anymore. He just can't do it. He can make the weight, but he won't be effective. He can only fight 6 rounds. 6, 7 rounds, and he's done. We had a good fight for about 6 rounds. Then I saw Kell break down fatigue-wise. and the body shots was really taking it out of him. And Errol did a good job being defensive-minded and going in throwing punches. He does lead with his head sometimes, and it caused a lot of headbutts because he was a little off. Oh, he tasted them chocolate brownies. Them chocolate brownies, pop! That boy was like, whoa, I'm going to stay right here. So he know Kale got some pop. Oh, well, you probably missed it, but we'll tell you again. What Errol did right was he came in with a jab. He came in with a hard, stiff jab, and he got low. You want to get low. If you're a southpaw, when you come in with your jab, poof, you come in with a two-step jab, you feint, then you come up top, if you're going up top, and you go down so that you don't get countered by the left hook that you're not going to really see coming. So what Kale was looking for was the right-hand counter for the southpaw. He tried to counter him with the left coming in, but he missed. Errol would drop. He'll go, one, whoop, and then start digging right to the body. Soon as he drops, he throws a right uppercut to the body. Soon as he comes in, 1, 2, that's how his combination started all night. He feinted, he jabbed to get in, and once he get into the zone, he drops. Then it's right uppercut, and starts working from there. Then he sweeps the left hook to the body. Boom. Kale think he's going to swing the left hook up top. He swings the left hook down. He was not swinging the left hook up top. And that's what was surprising Kale early, is that Errol was not going to swing at his head. Like most fighters, they get low, they throw a body punch, then they come up top. Errol would go low, throw a body punch, then come back with a body punch with the left, then go back to the right, body, then he would go up top. Those things was throwing Kale off, and Kale would get out of the way because Kale wanted to circle around because, Kale wanted to get away from that. So he circled out of it. He said, well, let me circle out of this because he's surprising me. So he's trying to figure out Errol when what he was trying to do when they was face to face. Errol was doing that constantly. The double jab. So Errol was surprised because Kale's power early on was very noticeable. When Kale hit him with a jab, boom. When Errol threw that jab, because Errol kept selling the same move. So he'll throw a jab, and as soon as he do it, Kale would come over the top with his jab. Boom. And Kale's jab is kind of like a hook almost. So when he threw the jab, it's more like a hook jab. And once he cracked him, he got Errol's attention. He hurt Errol a little bit. Errol backed up to recenter, get himself centered, and then come back in and reassert himself. But what Errol did is got busy. When he tripped over his leg, Errol got busy. Errol tripped over his leg and said, oh, okay, so that's what kind of party it is? I'm with it. Let's go to work. Poof, poof, poof. He start opening up. 3, 4, 5 punch combinations. What Kell Brook's plan was, and his corner plan was, tie his arms up, wear him down, and keep touching him with one strong shot. Pop, pop, pop. He's going to break down because Errol had never fought that many rounds before. All his fights went basically is 10 rounds. He never went 12. So this was his first fight really to be proven to see if he can go this far. But Kell Brook normally throws in 3-punch combination, 4-punch combinations, but we didn't see that today. But Jim Gray is talking.
Or was this a bit tougher?
It was a bit tougher. I don't think I was sharp as I wanted to be. I think the 9-month layoff kind of threw me off a little bit, and I was kind of sluggish in there. But true championship grit.
Just what I told you, right? He was sluggish.
I could take. There was a lot of questions that needed to be answered. Can I take a punch? And I proved I could take a punch, and I can also give one back.
What enabled you to get on track in those middle and later rounds?
I felt like I was behind, and like I said, I wasn't as sharp as I wanted to be. So
Felt like I was behind. Same thing I said.
Basically, break them down and press them out.
Was there anything at any point that you detected that you knew you would be able to be successful going forward with? Was there a change of momentum in this fight at some point that you can pinpoint, if you can recall right now?
Definitely. I watched some of his fights, and he liked to fight at a certain pace. And once you pick up the pace on him, he kind of break down a little bit, and he can't throw a lot of punches. So I decided to press the action, make him fight at a pace that he didn't want to fight at, and he started breathing hard, and he started slowing down, and I knew that I had him.
What's it like now to realize all of this potential?
That's what happened.
And all of this greatness that has been thrust upon you, and now it's reality. What's that moment, that feeling like?
Well, it's a dream of mine. This is what true champions do. I came over his backyard in front of 30,000, showed true grit. Didn't let the fans get to me, and proved that I'm one of the best welterweights in the division. Like I said, I was going to prove. So now I'm ready for the best in the division.
Was it intimidating, at least initially, to come out here and have these 30,000 fans against you?
No, it was more motivation. Like I told you before, I'm going to use it as motivation. I'm going to use the crowd as a positive, not a negative, and, have them quiet. And as you can see, later on in the rounds, nobody's been cheering.
And what was the most important thing tonight? Was it the ability to endure and to suffer through those early rounds and to maintain your composure and stay calm?
Definitely, it was the ability to endure and to maintain composure. Because that's all I'm seeing on Twitter, a lot I see on my Instagram is, can he take a punch? I don't think he can take care of a punch. We never seen him get punched before. We never seen him taste adversity. And
that's me.
I did that today, and I showed true grit. I showed I can take a punch, I can give a punch, and I can keep coming.
Keith Thurman has the titles, and you would like to unify. He obviously has had surgery on his elbow. Would you like him next?
Definitely. I've been calling Keith Thurman out for a long time.
Yep, he's been calling Keith out for a long time.
Myself, and I haven't fought anybody where I just beat, the so-called biggest welterweight in the division, Kell Brook. So now, Keith Thurman, come out. It's time to fight.
Man down.
Oh, man down.
Up to it.
Strap season 2.
All right, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All right, there he is, Errol Spence. All right, let's send it back now. Across the way.
There it is, your new, the new IVF champion. Now, here's what's next for the both of them. Kell Brook is going to fight Amir Khan in a big fight in England, and that's going to be at 154. Keith Thurman, who's going to look to avoid Errol and not fight Errol, that's a dangerous fight. Early on, the first 3-4 rounds is going to be real dangerous for Errol. But Errol's going to beat Keith Thurman like nobody's business. Keith Thurman will be running around the ring by round 7. Keith Thurman throws everything with murderous intent in the first 3-4 rounds. After the 3-4 rounds, he's one punch Thurman. He's throwing, when he's really one time, he throw one big punch. Every 30 seconds. Then he just looked tough. Oh no, Raz, you got a bad signal. Everybody else ain't having a problem with the signal. He throw one big punch and then he just pose. Like he really finna throw something, but ain't nothing coming. Then he moving around the ring and all that stuff. That's not gonna work with Errol. Errol will cut that ring off on you. Like today, he cut the ring off on Kell. Kell Brook, like he did against Golovkin, he wasn't able to just run around the ring. Errol cut the ring off right away. Like, jump, you gotta fight. And made him fight when he didn't want to. He put a lot of pressure on Kell, and that shocked me early on when he was able to back Kell up. But this shows you, and one thing, Errol watches fights. And he watches, and it's very smart for fighters. I don't understand. Floyd Mayweather will not watch somebody's fight. He will not go back and watch film. He don't like to do that. No, he don't. Floyd will not go back. If he watches a fight, he's just because he watched the fight before. But he don't want to do that because in his mind state, if I build myself to saying this is what this fighter is going to do, Let the trainers watch the fight. And let them come up with the game plan. I'm not going to go there and watch a fight and learn what a fighter is doing. Then in the ring, he do something entirely different. Is Ray Donovan back? Oh! August the 6th. Ray is back. Woo! That's like a title fight. I hate LeBron basketball play. Yes, absolutely. Well, that's the thing. Triple G beat a very full, healthy Kell Brook. Errol Spence beat a Kell Brook who came from middleweight down to welterweight to make the weight, and it didn't pan out. He wasn't the same. He was completely weight drained. And after 4 or 5 rounds, he was done. Even though I won money, I bet Kell Brook gonna win by knockout. I bet the fight ends in a knockout. So now I didn't lose money. I bet the fight ends in a knockout. If I bet the fight don't go the distance, I won. Then I won. I lost money only because I bet a separate bet that the fight ends by 9th round knockout. No, Kell Brook will be fighting Amir Khan. He'll be fighting him next. I don't have a dog. That's outside. I think the neighbors either next to me or the house over, they got a dog. I don't know. Amir Khan and Kell Brook's going to make a lot of money. Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, they're going to try to make that fight happen. Keith Thurman's going to milk this elbow injury as long as he can. And try to have probably a tune-up fight in between before they make that fight happen. He'll probably get $5 million. I don't know if he gets $6 million. Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence in the future. Oh, wow. That's hard to say. I would say right now, I don't know. It's tough to say. That's really tough because I got to see how Crawford handles. Crawford is faster because he's at 140. Oh, yeah, 310. Oh, I can't wait to hit 310 on the Rope-A-Dope Ray Boxing Radio Show. If y'all want to hear some epic Wednesday on the Rope-A-Dope Radio Show, Rope-A-Dope Boxing, man, on Wednesday, go to your blog talk. 310 is finna let it ride. Oh, yeah, I might tell y'all another Rick James story tonight. And now that I'm just really glad it's over so I can get some rest. I have been going full speed ahead, no rest, no nothing. You guys have seen me at boxing fights, having dinner with Bob Arum. I've been doing some of everything, man. Tired, wore down. Woo. Maybe I'll get some rest down the road, so. They canceled the Get Down after season 2? I like Arrow, but it was more, to me, what the weight damage did to Kell Brook more than what Arrow did. No, I think he really damaged his eye really bad. And a fight with him and Amir Khan will work out better for him. You know, I feel bad for Kel. He couldn't continue. He couldn't see. There was nothing he could do. But he can no longer make 147 pounds no more and be effective. He's got to go to 154. Well, if he said it, that's exactly what he did. You know, so when I'm on Rope-A-Dope Radio Wednesday, I would have watched the fight again, probably at least 2-3 times, so I'll be able to know, pinpoint when Arrow was hurt, when, even though I'm pretty sharp now. You talking to a guy who's been going off no sleep, no rest. I need rest. I need me time. Thanks, Mark Bryan. I appreciate it. King Dale Clark. Vegan Steven. Yeah, I'm watching the Penguins highlight. They got all access. I can't believe it. Pittsburgh is playing the Predators. I don't want the Penguins to win. I'd rather go with the Predators. They got a brother on the Predators. A band. A game 7, 1 goal sends you to the finals. And then you got to shake hands with the people after the game. The agony of defeat, you know. Kel losing at home, that was huge. My favorite video game is Zelda. Ocarina of Time. Do you know there's a movie or something called The Land 4 teenagers trying to escape the inner city of Cleveland crosses plans with a local crime boss. Their friendship and futures are threatened. The Land. Oh my gosh. At least they trying to get out of Cleveland. Well, that's Baywatch. Baywatch, you could take a shot every time you hear the D word. Oh, I did it, Spinelli. My movie review for Pirates is on it's on Screen Fiend, my other page. That's what the movie reviews are. I know. I'm gonna go see Baywatch again just to see them run in slow motion. They don't disappoint with that. They keep that going when the credits is rolling. Yep, that's it. Screen Fiend. Why should the barber get a refund? I haven't even went for a haircut yet. I've been too tired to even go in for a haircut. Too busy for it. Not Fiend without the S. And look at that. Tupac and Juice. Still one of the best hip hop movies. Don't forget House Party. Where the hoes at? Probably in their house getting ready to go out somewhere and spend somebody else's money. Ain't gonna be mine. I'm going to sleep. Exactly. I don't know. Adrian Broner's at a crossroads with this Mikey Garcia fight. I don't even know if that kicks off. Adrian Broner has been bounced around in so many fights, and then you see him fight some nobody. But that is a make or break fight for him.
Go in there and get me some cigarettes. Why I gotta go get them? Because it's your turn, motherfucker. Now go on. No, hold on. I gotta go get them. Oh, man. That's cold. Lucky son.
Oh, what channel Juice is on? It's on Stars. But here's my man, Blizzard.
What's up, man? What's going on? It's Q. Yo, what's up, Q, man?
What's up, Q?
Man, it's good to see you, man. All right, man. Yo, how's your crew?
How's your crew?
Outside waiting. Yo, what's up with you? Yo, when you got parole, man? Oh, man, I just got parole the other day, man.
The other day.
Cool, man. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Word up. Come on,
Oh,
man. It's Blizz. Of course I'm taking care of myself, man. Man, it's nice to see you, man. Yeah, pardon me for a second. I'm about to rob this place.
Fucking ball! Oh, shit. Don't look at me, goddammit! Hey, yo, Q, you want a piece of this?
Nah, man, I'm alright.
Alright, everybody, take your fucking clothes off. Hurry up. You look good.
Everybody strap and hurry up, cause you look good. But like I was saying, Errol Spence should fight Keith Thurman next. The very next fight should be Keith Thurman versus absolutely. It's hard to say if they fight in the United States, because Wilder to me is wild, but when he got power, one shot and he knocked out. But that other guy called him Beyonce Wilder. I thought that was the funniest thing ever. Brazil, oh yeah, they had a fight outside the ring. Now he wants to get one inside the ring. I would love to see him fight Brazil, because I think if he take a right hand, Wilder hit him with a right hand, he going straight to sleep. That's funny. Blizzard. No, as money it is, it's check day. We up in there. Blizzard's going down. I thought that was your girl.
But that was your move.
In real life, Tupac and him, they didn't really see. It's not that they didn't see eye to eye. It's just that he wasn't cool with Pac. Like Special Ed was cool with Pac. Special Ed was supposed to play his role. He's supposed to play Raheem. Tupac brought him in there to play Raheem. He didn't get the part. They chose this actor because he was better. Smart choice. But Special Ed they tried to give him a car for the scene, and the car was whack. Special Ed was like, I'll use my own car. I'll use my own car on the scene. And there it was, the Audi. That's Special Ed. Hip hop albums to buy. Wow. And you mean like in today's rap? Or just in... Everybody had to kid it up Jettas. That was it. Under the seat, the automatic Beretta. You know, the whole blasey blah rap. Telling brothers they need to get off the brawl strap. You got a job, Quincy?
How you doing?
He a high school dude in here sleeping with this dude's wife.
Cute.
Cute.
What, did names like Mustafa and Akbar become too hard to spell?
My real name is Quincy, and I'm not too fond of that name, so people call me Q or GQ, you know, like a nickname, abbreviation.
Well, Quincy, shouldn't you be out stealing hubcaps or something like that? Excuse me, speak up, I can't hear you, boy. What'd you say?
Okay, Frank, I found it. Remember these?
Hey, what the hell are you laughing at? The chain snatcher? Yolanda, look, who is this kid and what is he doing here?
Oh, please, Frank, don't you think it's a little late to try acting like a husband now?
Look, I just think you're taking this save the children shit a little bit too far, that's all.
Bye.
I think you taking this say the children thing too far. I always said that was Cindy from In Vogue, but then somebody told me it wasn't. Oh, like we said earlier, Spence showed he's the true. He's true. You know, he's legit, and he will beat Keith Thurman. Dawn was the baddest one in Vogue. Cindy was cute, but Dawn was the baddest one. Exactly. Jab to the body. Then he would finish with another body shot instead of going up top. And that's something Keith Thurman don't want. But he's going to have to be careful. And he wasn't sharp tonight, as Errol was very honest in his post-fight, saying that he felt that he was behind in the fight because Kell Brook, you know, he was like, man, I wasn't sharp. And that was from being off for 9 months. And that caused him to, you know, not be able to get any punches off. But, yeah, I'm going to do a video, and y'all finna learn some stuff y'all don't know nothing about what's going on in this business. And when I mean business, I mean the hip-hop business. I ain't gonna give any names, but y'all finna learn what's been going on for the past couple of years. That video is gonna get me broken down, and y'all gonna find me swimming in a lake. But if I was y'all, I would want them, and I would push Errol Spence to go ahead and fight Keith Thurman. Errol wants that fight, and he wants it right away. Errol wants that fight right away. The person that don't want the fight, that is not trying to make the fight happen, is Keith Thurman. He's thinking there's bigger fights for him out there. But if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. Now, at welterweight, I would say if Terrence Crawford moved up to welterweight, he would give Errol a lot of problems. Errol would use his size to try to walk down Terrence Crawford. So that would make it a very interesting fight. But Errol's not a bum. We just didn't know what Errol could do. And this fight here, he did good, but a lot of it had to do with Kell Brooks not being able to take the weight anymore. It's time to move up. Like, how much credit do we give Tarver when Roy Jones came down from heavyweight to light heavyweight? Oh, we got a lot of more Rick James stories. You still ain't heard when Rick was sleeping. Oh man. Oh no. I'm gonna wait for the video. I ain't gonna tell y'all. Y'all ain't heard about Rick when he wanted to make that blues record. Y'all ain't heard nothing. The Rick James Blues album. Rick was determined. Terrence Crawford will be successful at 147 pounds when he go. It's just that certain people, I don't know if he'll be able to beat. Sean Porter, that's too much. He could beat Sean Porter skill-wise in his sleep, but Porter's too big. Errol might be too big of a welterweight. You got to bring Terrence up gradually. I just want to slap Max Kellerman so many times. Like Max, I wanted to slap him all day today. Somebody sent me something he said that just ticked me off. Oh, I love the fact that Amir Khan's going to get knocked out by Kell Brook. I love that. He's going to make me some money. Same way he did in the Canelo fight. Oh, Nick Wright, yeah. He's another Max Kellerman. They're very delusional people, and slapping and punching them is probably the best response. Amir Khan is going to take the fight. They've already been in negotiations for that fight after this. What's his name? Eddie Hearn tried to convince him not to take this fight. Eddie Hearn said, look, we don't need this fight. You know, like this is just your obsession. This fight that you talking about, we don't even need. Let's just throw it away and that's that. Why are we even worried about this fight? Throw this fight to the side, vacate the title, and let's move on. He wanted to keep the belt and defend it, and that's just the competitor and Kell Brook. You know, he wanted to fight and bring the fight to Sheffield, England, and we wouldn't have had this build-up. We'd have been having Errol Spence fighting some mandatory challenge for the belt. So I give Kell all the credit. Kell Brook, all the credit in the world for filling up the stadium. Bringing this and making it a big event. And going out there and trying to win the fight. I mean, it wasn't like he came out there and did nothing. The man hurt Errol a couple of times in the fight. They filled this stadium up full of people and brought a lot of revenue to Sheffield, England. All those people showed up to see a great night of boxing. Something we wouldn't have gotten if Kell Brook vacated the title. Oh yeah, people kept talking about the trunks. Like these are the best trunks both sides wore that you saw two fighters wear in the ring. I never noticed the trunks. Kell Brook always have nice trunks, I guess. And Arrows, they weren't that distracting. So I don't know. I don't look at trunks too much. Well, I feel sad for for Errol in one sentence. He didn't get to do it the way he wanted to. He was a little flat, and that was from the layoff. It's one thing, it's just like basketball. Practice is not the game. The actual game is where sparring is not the same as fighting. And people got to learn that. '90s hip hop album, EPMD, Business as Usual, Unfinished Business, right there, Death Certificate, and I ain't gonna give you the big ones, you know, like the major ones. I'm gonna give you those great ones that people probably slept on. You know, give you some of those to get you through. Ice-T, OG, that CD, the entire CD, all the way down. Yep, Soul on Ice. America's Nightmare. Smooth a Hustler. Oh, Into the Stage, yeah. Muddy Waters is by far Redman's best album. The Shining. With Hallucination. That was my song. Hallucination. And anything from, if you can get the hieroglyphics, Third Eye, the Third Eye CD with the song Opio on there, and all those dudes from, ooh. Wu-Tang Forever CD. Oh, yeah. That was something else. That was vintage Wu-Tang. And, of course, Scarface. The World Is Yours, Face to Face. That was clearly the best Scarface album. I mean, I like The Diary, but that was clearly the best Scarface album. My buddy, he liked the My Homies album, the double CD. That's just his favorite Scarface. Man, the one with Face and the Homies. Oh yeah, Ho Happy Jackie. That's like my theme song. You could play Ho Happy Jackie right now and it fits. This one Jamaican wasn't faking with the bacon. Cause ever since him, she was on, if I'm not mistaken. But getting this money, getting Dominican, caught him when she was falling off. And made him win again now. Nothing can stop it when she's in somebody's pocket. She be seeing more profit than the livest weed spots get. Making her ends come and then some. Cause even a wedding band on the hand won't stop a man from wanting to spend something. Diamonds and glamour, all she want the damn glamour girl, loving it on the carpet and dancing like one of the hammer girls. Happy Jackie the jigger hole, her job is to jack and niggas broke. They call her Jackie for jacking niggas broke. And it's true, count all the dudes she went through. She even juiced Jack LaJew. Jackie, I'm scared of you. And I remember that 87 September when you was slimmer. You was a hoe-hopping beginner, but now from acne, nappy hair, and gear that was tacky, she's on. Oh, happy Jackie. Woo! Oh, Pun, I couldn't even keep up with Pun. I couldn't even keep up with the way Pun be moving. When I come in there, I was a bastard child. When I come in there, boss a water with a woman's out. And I'm a head on with a homosama. I'd be like, whoa, what did he say? Slow it down. Of course, I got the Boss Deeper album. And that was funny because a lot of people didn't know she was the first fake gangster rapper that we had ever seen. She was a college student. But she was the grimiest female ever with doing the whole gangster thing. Everybody believed her 100%. They ain't even questioned Boss. Boss, it was a college student, everything. They was like, what is this? Deeper and deeper. Boss came out with the skull cap, the glasses on. And her and AMG made that song. Yeah, y'all, my sister is a bitch. Yeah, y'all know my sister is a bitch. Oh, Supersonic. Boom, boom, boom. Supersonic. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's it. Supersonic. Little Uzi Vert got hits. I'm sitting here watching this fight again, and it's breaking me down to just watch it. I'm gonna go watch The Flash or something. To cow, to cow, to cow. I'm gonna go buy some chocolate brownies right now. Him and him, my favorite producer. The guy who make the same beat over and over again. All that piano and like the droopy sound. Dum 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 dum. I'll be like, come on, man. Show some variety in your beat making. Okay, all you guys got songs, right? You guys got a radio, right? Pull up D12 song, Pimp Like Me by Eminem, and listen to it. Or listen to the instrumental if you can, if they got it. Then play Superman by Eminem. And listen to that beat. Listen to Pimp Like Me by D12. Then listen to Superman off the Eminem show. Oh, D12 made some of the best albums. Two of the Devil's Night is like a classic. I don't know what you talking about. That is a classic hip hop album. A hip hop classic. No, Royce the 5'9" wasn't on the album. Thank God. That's what helped made it a hip hop classic. No, they're not. They're more lyrical. They have more concept than G Unit. That was the most creative album. If you listen to Devil's Night, every song is different. No, you guys are listening to Purple Pills. Y'all ain't listening to the CD. Because if you listen to the CD, you would have heard some real on there. Pistol Pistol. You heard different varieties. That's why people get effed up. This is how it happens to you. That's how people get effed up. We gon' rob this bank, but you roll with punks. Manager tripped the alarm and you all get stuck. Cop got AKs. Y'all dudes got pumps. That shit's just dumb. That's how Koozie got locked up. Man, that album is a classic. This is how it happens to you. That's how people get. We gonna rob this bank. But you roll with punks. Manager tripped the alarm and you all get stuck. Cop got AKs. Y'all dudes got pumps. That shit's just dumb. That line still cracks me up. Oh, man. Cops got AKs. Y'all dudes got pumps. That is just dumb. That's how Koozie got locked up. Oh, man. That is funny. The best songs on the album don't even have Eminem on it. Instigator. One of the best songs. They talk and brag about, each one talk and brag about instigating a fight, a riot, or something they done did. And then just a member in their own crew. Hey, I'm being honest. I'm just speaking the truth. I know I rap with them, but I don't like Proof. Who does that? Who disses the person they rap with on their own album? Yeah, y'all are lost. Y'all done slept on a jam. I'm an instigator. Ain't nobody worse than me. I'll go and lie and tell your friend you said you snuffed him. I mean, they brag about instigating stuff. Who does this? Creativity. Creativity, buddy. They were creative. You don't hear no creative hip hop no more. Everybody's sounding the same. Damn, bizarre. Bizarre used to kill me. Maybe that was it. Bizarre, man. What are you talking about? Bizarre the illest. Whatever happened to the cast of Different Strokes? Gary's broke, Todd's doing dope, and Dana overdose. I got two little boys with me. Michael Jackson sent 2 helicopters to get me. I'm up early with my hair curly. Me and Mr. Furley watching Laverne and Shirley. Oh, man. He killed Rap Game. Bizarre killed Rap Game. His verse killed it. Michael Jackson, don't tell me I ain't white. Ass cheeks painted white. Screwing Priscilla tonight. Flying down Sunset smoking crack. Transvestite in the front. Eddie Murphy in the back. I dyed my hair blonde and blue. The gruesome things. Ludacris told me to throw them bows. Now I'm in the hospital with a broken nose and a fractured elbow. Man, that dude is crazy. Oh, man. My girl's a freak. She's a paraplegic. She eats with her feet. What you laughing at? She be here next week with a couple of more handicapped freaks. Bizarre, baby. I've been raised and labeled as crazed. An angry teenager, nothing can change me back. Gangster rap made me act like a maniac. I was so influenced by music when I used it to do shit. Oh, I was stupid. Nothing can help me, nothing. The hop overwhelmed me, had me like I was in a whole nother realm. It was like isolating myself was healthy. It felt like we was on welfare but wealthy. Propel me. Back in the days it felt me. To the point where the people would tell me I was nothing and got one amount. I made my first million and counted it. Now look at. Ooh, olive. Okay, now I'm coming around. Somebody done pop some olives out. I'm enduring myself going through this again. I'm going to shut this down so I can start giving y'all some videos. Then I'm going to put something out on Screen Theme today. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification over there. So when I hit y'all with those videos, you're going to like it. I'm out.